Hey, it's All for His Glory Alone, also known as the Dog Preacher.
When atheists say like atheism is a lack of belief in God, the way they constructed it makes no sense because um if atheism is a lack of belief, then a rock would be an atheist by the construction of it. It
So,
makes
you know how
sense.
you can shut their mouth in half a second? Well, a little bit longer than that because they have big mouths. Um, I'll teach you how to. I'm going to teach you something, man. This is going to be invaluable to you because it's worked every time I dealt with the atheists. Now, there's some people who won't listen. You just have to eject them out of the room. The ones who listen, it shuts their mouth. The definition that atheism is a lack of belief in God. You ask them, so you don't have an opinion about God? And they're like, no, I have an opinion. Oh, so you have a belief about God. Okay, so the definition there doesn't mean that you lack an opinion or belief about the subject of God. It's referring to the positive affirmation that God exists. They lack the positive affirmation that God exists. They don't lack the negative affirmation that he doesn't exist. It's a trick. So when they say, I lack a belief in God, they're talking about the positive belief that he exists. They're not saying they lack an opinion. Oh, do you lack an opinion about God? No, aren't opinions beliefs? Oh, so you have a belief about God. So this definition doesn't mean you don't have a belief about God. It just means you don't have the belief he exists. You lack that belief. Well, if you lack the belief he exists, that's the same as saying you don't believe he exists. If you brought up some kind of religion or God or sorry, not a religion, but some topic I've never heard of and have no opinion on or anything, I could say I lack a belief in that subject. Why? Because I don't have an opinion. I don't know anything about it. See, that's the true lack of belief. They're trying to trick you into thinking that's where they are, but they're not. They're fully informed about their opinion of God. They just lack the positive belief.
You gave me a trick of yours. I'm gonna give you a trick of mine. One of the things I tell them is, okay, you tell me you lack a belief in God. Okay, then shut up and don't talk to me, and this conversation's done.
Yep. If you lack a belief in God, then why is your whole Google Plus page filled with things about God?
Exactly. Why the heck are you even talking to me? Why are you engaging me in this conversation right now?
Why do you have all these memes of Noah's flood and I mean the flood and Noah and Moses and all these mockery things? Obviously, you have an opinion, and your opinion is that it's all ridiculous and stupid and wrong. God doesn't exist. So it's just like pot smokers, dude. It's so irritating to me about pot smokers is don't give me your glaucoma bullshit. Don't give me your helps you eat a meal better and all that stuff. Sure, maybe it helps some people, but you know what? Fine.
I'd
That's no
rather you just be honest with me and say you like to smoke weed.
exactly. Look, that's not an argument for recreational use. You're trying to legalize recreational use. So this is what I'm going to do someday if I'm ever in office, which will never happen. I'm I'm going to say fine. I'll legalize marijuana, but I'll make recreational use illegal. And guess what? All the pot smokers will be pissed off, right? Why? Because they're using it recreationally. I'm going to say you have to prove that you have stomach cancer. You have to prove that you have these other things before you can use it. And you can only use it for treatment, which means you can only have it this certain amount of times a day in order for your pain on it. You can't just smoke it because of this that. You can't smoke it recreationally. You can't go hang out at a bar and go around the corner with 5 other people and smoke a joint and pass it around. That's recreational. That's illegal. But see, be honest, dude. You're just a pothead. You want to get high. That's it. So be honest. You deny the existence of God.
And the thing is, in general, I mean, I've never seen a case to where we act on what we don't believe in. Pretty much every case in my experience, I've seen we act on what we do believe, not on what we don't.
Yeah, people. I mean, it's just stupid. I mean, all you have to do is go look at their page. I like Befuddled. I think Befuddled's a cool person to talk to. I like her when she's by herself. But I went to her page and I gave her some shit about it. I'm like, hey, if your atheism was consistent, you would be your page should be filled with world events and other things going. But I look at your page and everything on your page is about Jesus and God and Christianity. I said, you think more about God than I do. You talk about God more than I do. I said, it doesn't seem to me like you're an atheist. It seems like you're a person who hates God.
Absolutely, she's more of an anti-theist, maybe specifically more of a Christian anti-theist.
I would say she's an anti-theos. She's anti-God. Theos, God. She's anti-theos, not just theist. She's not against Christians. She's against.
You're talking about the entity of God. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
She hates God. I mean, Richard Dawkins hates God. Why do you think he doesn't fill his book up with his opinions about Zoroaster and Buddha? No, he might mention them, but he gives the introductory part of his book. He talks about how malicious, maniacal, murderous, and misogynistic the God of the Bible is. He hates God. And why is it that atheists talk more about the God of the Bible than any other God? Because that is God.
Because he's the truth. He's
And
like this is the way, the truth, and the life. He is the truth, and
and
that's the bottom line.
I tell them all the time, don't give me that bullshit that because you live in the United States, Christianity is more prevalent. I'm an apologist. I live in the United States. And for the first 10 or so years of my apologetics, I dealt with all types of religions and things. So if I have the time to talk about different religions and different gods, you have the time to do it too. You focus on the Christian God because that's the one you hate. The other ones
Exactly.
are friends.
Exactly. Country is a melting pot, for crying out loud, of a number of different views and religions. Yes, Christianity is one of the biggest, if not the biggest one, but you'll get plenty of opportunities to see people of all sorts of religious backgrounds. So don't say anything about the fact that it's about the location. No, because this country is a melting pot. There's a number of different people from all sorts of backgrounds here. We're one of the most diverse countries in the world. So don't give me this nonsense about the location. You've seen people of all sorts of religions and backgrounds, and the one you target the most is Christianity, if not the only one you target.
They hate him because they know he exists. God has. See, here's the thing: Buddha has never put the knowledge of his existence in them. Zoroaster has never put the knowledge of his existence in them. Confucius, any of these other, or any of the Eastern deities, the Western deities, the prophets, whatever they are, that none of them have put the knowledge of their existence in man. But the God of the Bible has, and therefore they know that they're accountable to him. They don't know him personally. They don't know he's Yahweh or Jesus or the Holy Spirit, but they know that there is a creator God